So, lesson one, we're going to, like I said, foundation of phonics. So, what is phonics? We are going to be introduced to phonics and its importance in language acquisition. Two, the basic phonetic alphabet principles and the international phonetic alphabet. Three, we're going to learn sound symbol relationships, then consonant vowel combinations. How do we do that? So this is what is going to be taught, or these are what we're going to learn in our lesson one. The first module, we're going to learn all of this. So we're going to be introduced to phonics and the importance in language and why do we need to learn phonics. Why should it be integrated in acquiring a language, especially the English language? Two, we're going to learn the basic phonetic principles. What are those principles that are involved in learning phonetics or phonics? And of course, we're going to learn the IPA, the International Phonetic Alphabet. Lastly, for this lesson, we are going to learn sound symbol relationships. This sound I've written, or this symbol that I've written, what sound will it give? And why is it giving that sound? Then vowels, consonant vowel combination. How do we combine consonant and vowel sounds to make words so that we will be able to speak correctly, read what we have written? Introduction to phonics is the foundation step in understanding the relationship between sounds and letters in language. I think I have said this before. The phonics is the relationship between sounds and letters. We write letters, but letters that are written are codes. They need to be pronounced. Now we need sounds to pronounce those letters for them to be meaningful. If I write a code and I cannot pronounce it, it will only be there. I cannot pronounce it, nobody can read it, then there is no point to that code. So we need to associate a sound to that code that has been written. The code now is the letter written. So that code that has been written or the letter that has been written must have a sound for us to be able to pronounce them and for us to be able to combine these letters together to give a word. And now from words we get sentences, phrases, paragraphs, and on and on. So it involves teaching learners the sounds that individual letters and letter combinations make and how these sounds blend together to form words. That is the basis of phonics, the essence of phonics. It involves teaching learners the sounds that individual letters make. This letter is pronounced using the sound. This letter makes this sound. Letter A sound A. Letter P sound P. Letter T sound T. So a letter must have a sound for us to be able to pronounce it so that it will leave the level of it being just an ordinary code that has been written. We should be able to pronounce them. Then how these letters blend together to form words. End, blend, or form. So how these letters blend together to form words. Now the last thing about phonics instruction typically begins with teaching the sounds of consonants and vowels. And that is what I have told us. That the first thing we treat our vowel sounds, followed by the consonant sound. Then we start progressing to more complex phonetic patterns and rules. So this is the basic or the simple introduction to phonics. The simple introduction to phonics. Now, what are the importance of phonics in language acquisition? To acquire language, why do we need phonics? Simple. Phonics is needed for this the following reason, just and these reasons are very crucial. One, decoding skills. You have read yes, I told you sounds are letters rather are like codes written. So for us to be able to pronounce them, to be able to decode the letters written, to be able to pronounce them and make meaning of these letters that are reading, you need phonics. That's the coding skills. Two, spelling proficiency. It's not every time your letter A you sound A. It's not every time your letter E you sound A. So when you learn phonics, you'll be able to spell correctly, be proficient in your spelling, so you know when it is all can be OR, it can be AU, it can be W. That's spelling proficiency. Vocabulary expansion. You will learn more words while learning phonics and diction. You learn more words, more terminologies, more jargons. The more you learn, it has to do words that are related or associated with different fields of life. You learn them and you learn to pronounce these words correctly. Not just learning the words, but how to pronounce these words. Then you learn fluency and comprehension, the ability to be able to read and understand, then to read fluently without making grammatical errors or mechanical errors because you have learned to be able to pronounce correctly. Your speaking skills are being upgraded while trying to